Hey, good morning, guys. It's Michael Beck. I'm out here on a putting green. It is the golden hour, the sun is rising, and I am, I guess you'd call it, doing some gratitude. I talked with my friend Jeremy Julian yesterday, or actually it was the day we got into RLC, and he was sharing with me how he does his morning gratitude exercises. Now, this isn't something I plan on doing every day in public, but I figured as I start this part of my journey, I wanted to share something with you guys because, well, many of you have been along for the ride. Many don't even know what the hell I'm talking about because you might not know who I am, and I can't assume that you do. I think that there's an interesting story that's happening, and I want to share it with our community and the people that have been nice enough to care about my journey and the journey of Chad Horn and my little company, Inc Tank GTM, or I'm sorry, our little company, Inc Tank GTM. When we started this back in October, we didn't expect to be where we are now for, gosh, years. And we've been blessed in so many different ways. And in the last 48 hours, or since I got on the plane to Arizona, people have shown up for me and shown up for Chad in a way that I am completely humbled. And if I'm being really, really perfectly honest with you guys, I've wept a couple of times just out of pure joy. And I know that might sound a little goofy, but when your dreams start coming true right in front of your eyes, there's not much else I can do but show that emotion and show that gratitude. So this is this moment for me right now, so please bear with me. I don't do the walk and talks. My style is a little bit different than some of the really cool people out there like Ashwin Kamlani and Sean Walchef and Rev. There's some people in our industry, 3 of them I just named, that are doing really interesting things in the media, and people that I have been a student of for the last year. And it's taught me a lot of things. And so what I want to do right now is just take a minute to say thank you. And this is about those people that showed up for us. First of all was Mr. Christopher Siebes. Christopher is, to me, one of the most respected people in our industry. He is so incredibly intelligent and talented and funny and kind and unique in his own way. I've written before about how Christopher and I, on our first sales meeting together, and I was a junior rep with him at the time, we went to Habit Burger. I was in an IBM blue suit, and he showed up wearing a canary yellow disco shirt and pants that were equally vibrant. It blew my mind because I was rigidly trained that you dress up and that blue suits sell more, as according to a study IBM did back in the day. That's Christopher Siebes. Another gentleman, actually, who came before Christopher on our journey to help us along is Mr. Anthony Presley. Anthony Presley was my CTO when I was at CBS, and he became my very good friend over time. The man is patient. He is also has a kindness and a willingness to help people. He's extremely empathetic. His family is fantastic. He has 2 companies he works on today, and he found the time to invest time with me. Mr. Fred LaFranc. Fred LaFranc is an industry, I call it maven. He's well known for so many things, and several years ago, Fred unknowingly changed my life when he had given a speech at the PAR Partner Conference, and it was all about the concept of Ikigai, right, which is the intersection of what you love to do, what the world needs, and what you can make money at, right? And so, and this is my Ikigai. I found this, and that one of those reasons I found this is because of Fred let me believe that these things that I'm different at are actually my superpower. They're the things that make me great at what I do. And I will say that I am good at I'm really good at a couple of things. Now, I'm not great at everything, and that's why I need the people I'm mentioning here, and I'll tell you why. Amy Halm, the COO of Barcelona Wine Bar. Amy has been such a treasure to me over the last several months and become a very close friend. And I can't tell you how much I value her Not to mention how delicious her food is at the place, and I just want to eat it when I go there. Her food is amazing. If you haven't been to Barcelona Wine Bar, please seek one out. Get the house chicken. It's amazing. But Amy also has volunteered to provide her time to guide our journey. Phil Crawford, formerly Big Mucky Muck at CKE and now Big Mucky Muck at Adyen. Last night they told me it's a 4 comma company. I soaked that one, a 4 comma company. Phil has always been extremely kind to me every time I've seen him. I looked at him as almost an industry celebrity, and in the last several months he's become a close friend as well, and somebody that I value immensely, and want to say thank you to Phil. There's been so many people that have helped us, and it just stopped what they're doing in the middle of their day to find a way to provide time, wisdom, guidance, and insight. We also have Jeff Kaplan, who's come on as an advisor as well, another well-revered CIO and also a good, close personal friend. And Mr. Marcus Wasden. Marcus is another person that I think people will get in line to see on stage. In fact, I know they have. He's amazing. He has such a grasp of business, of technology, and how things are done. I want to thank Kendall Ware, also another amazing industry professional and also a close personal friend, who's also taken time and interest in the businesses we're developing. And when I say businesses, that is plural. We have multiple things that we're putting together right now that all look like it's going to be extremely positive for us, and all are on track to go the right direction. I want to thank Jay Ashton in Canada, who's my partner in Canada, for his vision and inviting me to be part of his podcast that he's had for years with another great friend, Mr. Dominic Padula. These are my co-hosts, or I'm their co-host actually, on the Late Night Restaurant Show, which is something that has exploded for us in the last couple of months. Numbers that we didn't expect. And it's such a humbling moment to have people wanting to, come on the show, yet alone sponsor the show we're doing. And that just tells us we're onto something. We have an audience that enjoys what we're doing. It's not just chest pounding. We're not just shilling some product. We're bringing people along for a journey. We've gone from B2C to B2B, B2B to B2C. Meaning we're going from business to consumer, not just business to business. So now we have a much broader audience there that allows us to do some really interesting things as well with regard to reach that matters to both businesses and business brands or restaurant brands that might be interested in opening up in places like Canada. I want to thank my team. I want to thank Chad Horn for having the faith in me to follow me on this crazy journey and to partner with me as my COO to develop Inc Tank GTM into what it's becoming and what promises to be something really amazing. I want to thank Joe Levi, a friend of mine from high school, back in '89 when I graduated. Joe is the class clown. He's done very well in his life and wanted to do something else with his time now, and asked me if he could work for us doing the thing he's always loved. When we were in high school, Joe was the guy carrying the giant VHS camcorder around on his shoulders, recording our goofy antics, and today he is our camera guy. In creative services, Joe is funny. Joe is a natural with people. Joe is somebody you really just need to know to appreciate. Amy Kabai, now Amy Austin, who was one of the best decisions I ever made when I was fortunate enough to run the sales part of the business at Data Central. She was my adjutant then. she is extremely formidable when it comes to anything that has to do with selling, and I am so proud and honored that she would choose to do this with me again in a startup, but not everything is guaranteed. We're doing a lot of work. We're working long hours and late nights because we have a real passion for what we're putting together, and we feel the truth of it like a tuning fork that just resonates with us and all the people I just mentioned. I didn't think I'd ever be here. I didn't think I was even worthy of being here. And I guess that's one of the reasons I want to sit down right now is say, one, that if you believe you can do something, if you really believe you can do something, you put your everything into it. I don't think there's any barrier to it. You just have to follow with almost blind commitment to what that thing you set out to do, to take from Yoda, because I'm a nerd and you're not going to get away with me not saying something really geeky, but do or do not, there is no try. That's a real thing, right? To me, try is the language of losers, and I'm sorry if this offends anybody. If you say I'm going to try to do something, it also means I've given myself permission to not. For example, for me, 8 years ago, I made the choice to decide to stop drinking. Now, I tried many times before, but trying says, I'll try. If it doesn't work out, I'm good. There's a quote from a movie, Hunt for Red October, where the Admiral Ramius, the submarine captain, said to his men, when Cortez came to the New World, he burned his ships so his men would be better motivated. When I went down the route of deciding to not drink anymore, that was it. And I let everybody know to hold myself accountable. And it's the same decision that Chad and I made when we put together this company, that we weren't going to try. We were going to do it. There was no reason not to. There's no excuse. Not too tired. Not that we don't have money to get this done. Not that we didn't have. We don't have enough resources. If you want something, if you really, really want something, guess what? You can have it. But you have to decide that that's what you're going to do, and you have to decide that that's where you want to be, and that you have to decide that's where you're going to go. And I've decided Inc Tank's going to be something. Inc Tank is going to be a big part of this industry, and Inc Tank is here to help. It's here to help tech companies. It's here to help restaurant brands. It's here to help our community. It's here to help our planet. As we progress this thing that we're working on, we're opening a 501c that's going to help protect Florida's waterways, and eventually we want to chapterize that to protect other waterways, because everybody's got a river, everybody's got a lake, and all those do pour into an ocean, and many of those things are polluted with a lot of different kinds of things that I think Inc Tank can help remediate in some way, shape, or form through charitable acts, taking some of the juice that we have and some of the great relationships we've made and are going to make, and point those at something that's going to help protect or be a good custodian of our corner of the world. I don't know if I can change the world, but I can sure change and curate and guard my corner of it and help other people do that too. So today is the second full day of the Restaurant Leadership Conference. We're going to do a number of podcasts. We're going to meet with a lot of different potential clients. We're also going to work with a lot of different businesses that are there. I'm struggling a little bit for words here because there's so much that's going on in my mind right now about all the great things that are going on. So many things I'm grateful for. But most of all, I'm just grateful for every day that I get to wake up and I get to do this. And I get to do this with all of you. And I'm thankful for the people that inspire me. And I'm thankful for the people that have patience with me over the years. Drew Pellobay, Steve Roberts, my mom, my grandparents, all the people that stuck with me through all the hard times, and they were really, really hard times. And I want to share that gratitude with everybody here, because in some way, shape, or form, everybody at this show, because of the businesses they operate, that they participate in Forma, for putting on these events, I want to thank everybody for allowing me to do this. and be who I am naturally. I'm ragingly ADHD. I'm probably one of the most neurodivergent people you ever meet, but the cool part about it is if you have this thing that I have, you can do a lot of things that other people can't do, which is formulate some very quick lines of connection to ideas, concepts, problem solving, scenario modeling. We're intuitive. And I'm not beating my chest. This is something that's native to folks with ADHD, or what I call being neurospicy. I had somebody ask me recently, actually the CRO of one of our clients, Nomad Go, asked me, Michael, if you had somebody that wanted to work with you that was neurospicy, how would you recommend you work with them? And I just say, do a little research, look it up, see how people like this tick. There's a great book out there called ADHD is Awesome. It's by the Holderness family. They're also a fantastic set of YouTubers, and they're really, really funny if you're looking for some family entertainment, want to laugh about the pitfalls of Costco shopping or pickleball. And speaking of, I forgot to thank Troy Hooper, who has been an amazing inspiration for me as well. Anyways, this gratitude tour is something that I had to get off my chest, because all these people came on to LinkedIn in the last 48, 72 hours, and they claimed their part, allegiance, loyalty, friendship, help that they're planning to provide to Inc Tank and Chad and my team. And that floored me. And I looked at it for a while, and I didn't know how to respond, because how do you respond to something like that? How do you take a gift like that with all those names, and if you know who they are, what that really means? And I've been going so fast the last 48 hours that I haven't had time to sit down and write something, and I felt tremendously guilty because they took the time to say something and share with the community something that could be considered provocative, that they drew an allegiance and claimed their friendship and partnership with us. I also want to thank PAR Technologies. I forgot to do that too. So PAR, you guys have taught me so much since the M&A of Data Central Restaurant Magic, to the moment in time that I decided I'm going to try something new in my life, to a week and a half ago when Chad and I flew to Austin to go meet with the PAR team, and it was almost a homecoming. Anyways, I want to thank everybody here, and thank you even for taking the time to suffer through this moment with me where I had to share this. And if it spoke to you, thank you. If you're one of my partners, thank you. And if you are somebody that's actually trying to crack some codes, and I'm not talking about business, I'm trying to talk on a personal level. If it leads to business, great, but on a personal level, if you're struggling with things like alcohol, if you're like me and you're neurospicy, have ADHD, if you're trying to find your footing, I'm here to help. If you call it mentoring, great. If you call it a shoulder to lean on or somebody to talk to, I'm here. I'll always try to take the time to help somebody, because so many people help me. So thank you guys. Thank you very, very much. And we work in a wonderful industry. We work in one of the greatest countries on earth, and only here, I think, that because somebody like me find their opportunity like this, and it's out there for all of you too. So thank you, and I wish you all a blessed day.